Good evening po. These past few days, I was focused on Psalm 23, one of the most beloved psalms in the Bible. And I would like to share this psalm with you tonight. I will be reading from the New King James Version. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runs over. Surely, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Even for someone who doesn't read his Bible often, whenever someone says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall lack nothing," or verse 4, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me," he will immediately recognize the words. He knows it is from Psalms, and Psalm 23 is probably one of the most assuring psalms in the Bible. We have probably claimed these verses, held on to it many times when we felt we were going through our darkest valleys, and we needed to trust that God, our shepherd, is going to deliver us from the great challenges that we were facing. The theme of this psalm is that God always protects and provides. It is a psalm about surrendering everything and trusting in God's protection and provision. And immediately in verse 1, we already see why David is able to trust in the Lord. David describes his relationship with God. He looks to God as his shepherd. And he can do this because David looks at himself as sheep. For he cannot know that God is his shepherd unless he feels in himself that he has the nature of sheep. Sheep are gentle, helpless, totally dependent on their shepherd, and they listen and follow his voice. And anyone behaving or who feels himself to be goat or have the attitude of a wolf will certainly not call upon the Lord as his shepherd. The relationship of a shepherd and his sheep is close and personal. That is why David used the possessive pronoun my when he said the Lord is my shepherd. He did not say the Lord is our shepherd. Although God is our shepherd, He is the shepherd of all. But in this psalm, David was expressing his personal dependence and trust in God's protection and provision. He was acknowledging God's faithfulness in his life. Shepherds usually congregate in places where there is grass and still water. And most of the time, their sheep will mingle with other sheep. But when it is time to move out, the shepherd will only need to call his sheep, and his flock will separate from the other sheep and follow the voice of their shepherd. That is why in John 10, verse 27, Jesus says, "My sheep know my voice, and my sheep will follow me." Sheep will only follow and trust the voice of their shepherd. They will not follow the voice of another shepherd. Many times, we call upon God as our shepherd, our good shepherd who is our protector and our provider. We run to Him in times of trouble. But many times also, many do not hear His voice, not because our good shepherd is silent, but they listen to the voice of others pretending to be the good shepherd, drawing them away from the flock that belongs to Jesus. Today we see people, especially the younger generation, with their headsets and their earphones in their ears. They can only hear the music that they choose to listen to. At dinner time, parents try to talk to their children, but they cannot be heard because of their headsets. They commute in cars, buses, jeepneys, but they cannot hear the sound of the rushing wind. They fail to hear the warning shouts when there is danger lurking because they only listen to the music playing in their headsets. They fail to listen to things that really matter. Many too have their invisible headsets and earphones that block the voice of our Good Shepherd calling. They have set their ears to the voices that come from the world. They follow the wrong shepherd because of false promises that are nice to hear, like some politicians who promise things that they will not fulfill, or offering a better life that they cannot give. So the question tonight is, who is your shepherd, and who are you following? The good shepherd will provide your needs and give you rest in green pastures, and will lead you to still waters. Even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, the good shepherd will not leave you there, but he will see you through. He will protect you from the wolves waiting to devour their next victim. The good shepherd has laid down his life for his sheep. Do you hear his voice? If the Lord is your shepherd, are you ready to be his sheep? I pray that we all are. Good night, and God bless.